afternoon, YouTube. Oh, man. Another week in the books and another week that the best day of the week is finally here. That week being fucking Friday, baby. Man, oh, man, does it feel good. But usually before I start this show, I like to talk about Reaper Apparel, but I'm going to talk about something else. If you don't want your data getting out there and you don't want people knowing about your data, be sure to click the link in the description and click on the link that says the best VPN ever. That VPN being NordVPN. I have been on it for so long and I love it. Oh my God. Anyways, let's get into today's episode. Why? Because it's time for the most uncut, unfiltered, and uncensored sports talk show you will find on YouTube or even social media for that matter. And by the end of the episode, you will know whose game this is with everybody saying no mercy sports. Let's get into it, baby.
Nobody can stop me now.
Let me talk to you, baby. Oh my God. We got so much shit going on in the sports world we're talking about. Oh my God. It's too much to contain for one person. Luckily, though, I got some people joining me here today. One of those people, he's a regular, he's big, he's spicy, and he's got some big and spicy takes. Big Spicy Mag. What's going on? Oh my
What's
God.
up, brother?
I love it. I fucking love it, baby.
Oh, just doing my thing over here, sitting here enjoying life.
I love it.
Oh yeah. Oh man,
Oh,
brother,
my
it's been a good start to the season.
Yeah,
And-
I would.
and you know what?
I'd say so as well.
I'm like, and honestly, I'm tired of hiding it. I'm tired of waiting. When do I start wearing the apparel? You know what? We're wearing it now for the rest of the season. It's all O's all the time.
Hey, I'll tell you what though, the Yankees are coming after your asses. We're coming. Enjoy first place for now because the Bronx Bombers are coming for that ass.
Oh yeah. Listen. August is a long time away. August is a long time away, and August
so is October, baby.
Yep.
So is October.
Oh, absolutely. But see, like I like to say, the cream always rises to the top, and by August, the cream has always started rising.
We will see about that. We got we're like what, almost 50 games into the season.
Yeah.
We got 110 more games to go. Baseball is a sprint or is a marathon, not a sprint. So we will see which team rises to the challenge at the end of the day. And I got a pretty good feeling that the Yankees are going to rise to the challenge, not because we added some more left-handed hitters, but because we are the New York fucking Yankees, my guy.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's why it's exciting. Like, and it's hard for me. Yankees are the only team that I love to hate, and I love the Yankees. I hate the Yankees. It's a hard feeling for me. Now, like I said, as an Orioles fan, I fucking hate the Yankees. As a baseball fan, I love the Yankees because of all of the players that's come up. I mean, you got DiMaggio, you've got Mantle, you've got Jeter, you've got the Babe, you got Gehrig. I mean, like I said, and the list goes on and on and on and on and on. And then and from the 90s on, it was like, hey, you want to make money? Go sign with the Yankees, baby. If you were good and you wanted a paycheck, you went to the Yankees.
Hey, look, the Royals have their fair share of players. I mean, we're talking about Cal Ripken Jr. Manny Machado started his career in Baltimore. Delvin Young extended his career in Baltimore during the 2013 playoffs against the Detroit Tigers. Oh my God, what a series that was!
Oh yeah, I mean, again, it's been very hit or miss, but for the most part, in my lifetime, it's been a miss. Okay, yes, I got to watch Cal Ripken play. Yes, okay, that was awesome. I was happy. I got to see Miguel Tejada. I got to see some of the good guys come through. But for the most part, like I said, it's always been we getting to the playoffs. That's what we're cheering for. Just making it to the playoffs. Well, now I want to win in the playoffs. Like, if it doesn't come with titles, then I don't want it.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. But before we get into today's episode, we got one more guest joining us here. He is a villain in the college sports field. Oh my God, is he a villain ever? Mr. Andrew Anderson, what's going on, big man?
How we doing, y'all? I'm a little under the weather, but I am here, and let's do it.
Yep. Hey, it's Friday. There's baseball on. Friday night SmackDown is on in just a little bit. Let's go, baby.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to step away from baseball, but we're going to get into baseball later on in the show. For now, the NBA playoffs have been in full swing. Now, normally when it comes to the NBA playoffs, we expect, teams like the Lakers, the Bulls, the Heat, or even the Celtics for that matter to win the championship. Big market teams bringing home the hardware. But if you told me some small market team like the Minnesota Timberwolves, the OKC Thunder, the Indiana Pacers, hell, the fucking Knicks had been on that page for quite a while, and I dare you to tell me otherwise. If you told me that those teams were actually going to make a run in the playoffs, I would have called you a dummy. Dummy, yeah. But hey, seeing is believing. And right now, it's, from what I'm seeing, it's Minnesota's world, and the other teams are just living in it right now. Because from what it looks like, Minnesota could possibly sweep the defending NBA champions right out of the fucking playoffs.
Yep. When I seen Murray throw that fucking pad on the court, I knew it was over. It was over because now they're in their heads. They're like, man, there's no way we can stop him. There's no way we can stop him. And I'm sorry. Once you have somebody confidence, once you have somebody like you're in their head, it's over. It's over.
Yeah,
bro. Because
so right now, is Minnesota looking good enough to win a championship this year?
Listen, person for person, from start to bench. I mean, bro, I'm just saying, like on paper, Boston's the only one that really comes forward.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
well, I don't know about Boston, especially after the loss that they suffered against Cleveland. Like, yes, they had the best record in the league. They went 64-18. And it was like, they're supposed to sweep their way to the finals.
Cleveland's a good team, though. Like, let's not take anything away from them. And I think OKC came crashing back down to earth last night. Dallas adjusted the game scheme, and they just, like, no matter how much they scored, Dallas was just scoring that much more. And it looks like they found a pattern. I think OKC loses in this round, but I mean, it's Minnesota's game to lose, right? The way they're playing right now. Boston, I believe, comes out of the East. I think the Pacers beat the Knicks tonight. I think the Knicks probably win the series, but the Pacers are going to take a couple. The Nuggets are incredible, and to watch what Minnesota is doing to them right now tells me that they're playing the best basketball in the NBA at the right time.
Yeah, because they're playing a little something called defense, which is what modern NBA is lacking nowadays.
I mean, it's a little more than that because offensively, bro, they're taking good shots. They're getting good looks. And it's transition. And it's listen, when you do it in all four phases continuously, it's bro, I don't care, you know what I mean? You could be playing everybody but Jordan, and yeah, it's gonna be difficult.
They're just too fast. They're too fast for the Nuggets. I mean, because I was watching the game and they just can't stop them in transition. I mean, they're down there before they could even get set, and that's how they're beating them so badly. They're like Max said, they're getting good shots because they're open. Like all five people are down there before the Nuggets are even set. I mean, it's just obvious what's going on there. I think coaching has a lot to do with it as well. I'm not counting the Nuggets out. Like it's only 2-0.
Absolutely not.
But it is in Minnesota now. So they will.
Barbecue chicken alert! Barbecue chicken alert!
Now, I mean, if the Nuggets come out and they win the next two in Minnesota, I will probably say the Nuggets have this one because they figured something out. But it doesn't look like they figured anything out through the first two games. So I'm not having too much hope for them on that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, them going on the road and expecting to win, bro. You're double stacking right there. You're going against the home crowd and you're going against the home team.
Not to mention a home crowd that really hasn't seen a playoff appearance in God knows how long.
Well, they've not seen one of that magnitude since probably Kevin Love was there and Kevin Garnett, and that's the last time they've actually seen this atmosphere before, and that's been a long time. Kevin Love's been out of Minnesota for a lot of years. But I don't hate Minnesota. Like I'm actually rooting for them to win it all. I'm watching them play. I love small market teams, just like you said. That's who I'm rooting for. I hope they go through and just bust everybody, especially Boston.
I was so happy when the Bucks won. Like, don't get it wrong. Like Giannis is like one of those guys where, I mean, he's a great player, but would you ever put him in that's the greatest player ever? No.
Greatest player ever? No, there's nobody playing right now outside of LeBron James that you could even throw in the top five. As much as I love Giannis, no.
But I'm happy that the Bucks got a ring because that happened one since what Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Oscar Robinson
around that era. Yeah,
the Bucks only got a ring because Trae Young got hurt because Atlanta was about to put that series away. They really were. And this is not just being a Hawks fan. This is watching it. Like Atlanta was busting them. And then you take 40 points a game away from your team, and then all of a sudden you're losing. That's just the way the cookie crumbles, But they got it, and you can't take it away from them.
Yeah, no, and then that's
not to mention on top of that, the fact that the Suns went up 2-0, and it was like, oh shit, Giannis is coming back. The Suns didn't really have an answer for Giannis.
Well, they didn't want to. It's just the way Phoenix is. CP3's gone, insert Kevin Durant, and we're having the same results, right? So it's just their program out there. It's just the franchise itself. They're just not there.
That's how I did to Bradley Beal.
Right. I mean, they made a series of strange decisions over the years, and Kevin Durant can't win unless he's on a big team. I mean, he's going to get his, but I mean, he's got to have other players out of it because as much as I love Kevin Durant, he does not play defense at all.
Yeah, no.
I mean,
absolutely not.
He's going to get you 26 and 2.
Yep.
20 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists.
Correct.
That's what you can expect.
Right, but he ain't going to defend shit. It's just the way he is.
I mean, listen. Does it remind you of anybody? Carmelo Anthony.
You know what?
In his last what 8 years, did he really play defense?
No, Carmelo Anthony really didn't care. He was a sideshow, is what he was. He was a mercenary sideshow during his last tenure there.
Yeah, he was basically a ticket attraction
correct.
during his time in New York.
I mean, I love Carmelo Anthony. I loved him when he was in Syracuse. I watched college basketball all the time. But did the guy deserve a ring? No. I mean, like, I'm not heartbroken.
He did when he was with the Nuggets.
See, here's the thing, though. I'm heartbroken Karl Malone and John Stockton didn't get a ring, right? I'm not heartbroken that Carmelo Anthony didn't get a ring.
You know why he didn't get a ring. Karma's a motherfucker. Karma's a motherfucker.
You talking about Karl Malone?
You goddamn right.
Yeah, he was. I'm not saying he was a good person. I'm just
okay, and I'm not speaking on it. I'm just saying.
But John Stockton was a good person.
He was.
I mean, but hey,
that's the reason that Kendrick Lamar said, like, "Hey, I'm John Stockton.
You can be this good. You can be this good, but if the other guy is this bad, that's not leveling out." You know what I'm saying?
The problem is they ran into the Jordan era.
Yes,
I mean, that's just how it went down.
Yeah, for sure.
Unfortunately, the
imagine if Kobe would have went there to Utah.
Well, Kobe specifically said, "I ain't fucking going." But yeah, it would have been amazing to have Kobe there the first couple of years. But I mean, the NBA is so strange. We won't let CP3 play with Kobe in LA, but we'll let Kevin Durant join a 73 win team. Like, the NBA is so weird.
Yeah, no. Well, I'm gonna just say this: when Adam Silver became the NBA commissioner, that was when the league became soft. Like, look, I mean, yes, the malice at the palace was one thing, but when Adam Stern was actually in charge of the league, man, things were physical.
Well, David Stern did not care.
Stern. Oh, wow.
All about the money with David Stern. Adam Silver's all about his legacy and how woke he can be, and I get it. That's the wave of the future. But David Stern was all about how can we make money? Like, let's market Jordan. Let's market Kobe. Like, he knew what he was doing. Like, how the fuck can you not market LeBron James? And they cannot. Like, nobody's watching the Lakers because you can't fucking market one of the greatest basketball players of all time. It's time for Silver to move on about his day. It really is.
Absolutely. I completely agree. I mean, hell, after the 2007 finals, David Stern was like, okay, well, we do realize that LeBron is the face of the league, but, maybe 7-10 years down the road, Adam Silver takes over and he makes sure that LeBron runs the league and LeBron turns it into a soft-ass league.
Man, look, Trae Young took a bow in the Knicks stadium when he put them out. And the next year on Christmas Day, they played the game in Atlanta. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm a Hawks fan, but that game should have been played in New York. Like, you had an opportunity to market the villain, and you didn't do it. Like, it made no sense. Like, you know what? Like, the WWE does a better job selling what they do right now than the NBA, and that's just a fact.
Because Triple H loved the role as a villain, and he is basically making, he's essentially resurrecting Scott Hall. It is so cool to be the bad guy right now.
I mean,
my God.
I'll throw this out there. It was always cool to be the bad guy until WCW imploded. And then it went to the Attitude Era. Then it was cool to be the good guy again, right? Just like so in the 80s, it was cool to be the good guy, which is why Hulk Hogan was eat your vitamins, say your prayers. In the 90s, it was cool to be the bad guy, which is why he went Hollywood, right? Yeah, it's just the way it is. Fuck it. I just don't like Adam Silver. You have an opportunity to market LeBron James, Trae Young. I mean, you got all these superstars, and you don't do shit with them. Like, stop.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of Trae Young, and when he did his bow in Madison Square Garden, man, it has been a hot minute since we've seen both the Rangers and the Knicks in the playoffs at the same freaking time.
Man, the Rangers are bad motherfuckers. I mean, they are.
I'm telling you, they really are. They are up 3-0 on the Carolina Hurricanes right now.
The favorites, Carolina Hurricane were the favorites to win it all. And the Rangers are just beating them down. Like, the Rangers are just incredible. Nobody beats the Rangers. Like, I put money on it now. Nobody beats the Rangers.
I don't know. I kind of had Nashville winning the Stanley Cup this year. Or is that too soon?
Yeah, I mean, they are not going to win it. Anytime in the near future.
2025, maybe.
Man,
I don't even think that's soon. I mean, you still got the Rangers being the Rangers and the Bruins being the Bruins, and you got the fucking Blackhawks with all these top pick. Like, it ain't going down like that for the Preds. I'm sorry, it just ain't.
I mean, look, the two teams that I could really see coming out of the East are obviously Rangers #1 or Florida Panthers. Like, they look like they could be up there with the New York Rangers right now.
We could see that matchup, and the Rangers are going to win that 4-2, 4-1.
Ooh, okay.
Like, that's how high on the Rangers I am. And the Hurricanes are a good fucking hockey team. I mean, like, top tier level hockey team, and the Rangers are beating them down every day. Yeah. The Rangers are like the Timberwolves.
Carolina has been putting up a hell of a fight. The fact that, Game 3 went to double overtime, and the Rangers still won.
What do you do? Great teams find a way to win, and that's what the Rangers are doing. They're like the Timberwolves right now. They're the hottest team at the right time.
Yes.
And I don't know, man. I love playoffs. Like, I'm ready. I'm ready to see the finals. Like, I'm enjoying the playoffs. I'm not rushing it, but like, I can't wait to see.
I can't wait to see what the conference finals look like right now.
Oh yeah, the ECF and WCF. Yeah, those are gonna be great.
But yeah, so like I was saying, hey, look, with the Knicks and the Rangers being in the playoffs right now, we essentially got to pull it back to the future and go back to like 1994, because the Rangers were in the Stanley Cup Finals fighting for their first Stanley Cup since the 1939-1940 season, and the Knicks were also in the NBA Finals looking to capture the glorious NBA trophy since the 1973 season. Now, I know that's
Hakeem Olajuwon had other plans.
That he did. Now, I know it's like, yes, being in the playoffs is one thing, making the finals is another thing, but I mean, like, both New York teams are just so young. They have so much swag. They are so likable right now.
So you like the Knicks, right? So I'm about to say something that's really going to hurt Knicks fans' feelings, and I really don't care. Patrick Ewing is the most overrated basketball player that ever graced the court of anything. Damn. Father's Day, what?
2022. I got sent a pack.
Oh, nice.
Hell yeah, my guy.
I have some unopened packs of 80s baseball cards in there. Yeah, I'm going to open them here. So I've been opening them slow. My wife bought me this huge box of them when we went to Helen, Georgia, and I've just been opening them slow. And it's just so much fun. Del Murphy and, all these old players. Speaking of which, I will be in New York City June the 2nd.
Nice. Look, the MLB Network was doing something on Tony Gwynn.
I got Shaq and Freddie Freeman.
No, oh my God.
So anyway,
wait, Shaq from Orlando days?
Speaking of Shaq, did you see Shaq's X post?
No.
No, I did not.
Y'all get a chance to go see it. We won't bring it up here. But I don't know, it's funny. I love it. Patrick Ewing was overrated, right? It's just the way that it goes down for me. Because in the era of big men like that, was he better than Hakeem Olajuwon? No. Was he better than Shaq? No. I mean, was he better than Dikembe Mutombo?
Yes.
No. He absolutely was not. That is a fallacy. Like,
I mean,
That is
offensively
a
all day long.
wall.
Offensively all day long. I'm taking Patrick Ewing offensively over Dikembe Mutombo.
Okay, that's
I will 110%. And if anything, would I rather have a dominant offensive big man? Yep, that's what I want. I mean, defense, okay, he's going to get me, dude. He averaged what, 8 rebounds a game? I'll take that. 8 rebounds,
damn near double digits.
and
Let's go.
He score at least 15 points a game. Yeah, Dikembe Mutombo, he might have
trash.
20 rebounds.
I'm gonna. He's trash. I'm gonna channel my inner. Yeah, no, trash. Watch the guy live. No, he is a. Here's my thing. Like, Patrick Ewing is a great player, right? But they like to mention him with the all-time greats, and he's not there. Is my point. He is not an all-time great.
No.
If he didn't play in New York, we wouldn't even be talking about him right now. But anyway, I didn't want to change the agenda, but that's a fact. If he didn't play in the largest market, he wouldn't be famous. Anyway, go ahead.
No. You're right. But look, both New York teams have some serious swag being in the playoffs right now, and New York City is in a pandemonium, probably worse than COVID-19 when COVID-19 fucking struck. Now earlier I did say for the NBA playoffs, it's basically Minnesota's world, and other teams are just living in it.
Right now,
yeah. Hell, maybe the Florida Panthers play upset to the New York Rangers. Could we see both New York teams, the New York Rangers and the New York Knicks, walk away with a title win this year? The way that they're playing right now?
Rangers, yes. Knicks, no.
I don't know. I'm going to have to disagree because Tom Thibodeau, a defensive, heavy mindset coach. Look what the Bulls did with him as a head coach.
Like, they beating Boston.
They were playing both ways of basketball, and oh my God, Joakim Noah. Don't even get me started on that man. Oh, when Derrick Rose went down, that was my second favorite player who stepped up. He had the heart, he had the tenacity, and he had the goddamn disdain for the LeBron James Miami Heat.
And he also had the cocaine. Don't forget the cocaine, because he had a lot of that.
Joakim Noah?
Yeah.
The booger sugar. The booger sugar.
Yeah, I mean, come on, dude. Yeah, he was like Macho Man out there. Like, he would be so calm, and then like one game he'd be like running down, like, man, whoa, calm down, steroid boy.
He had heart and passion.
He had cocaine and steroids. I mean, he was Lawrence Taylor out there for a few years. No, I like Noah. I watched him in college. I watched him win 2 national championships at Florida.
Yes,
I did. So you know, he was very, very popular. I enjoyed watching him. We beat Florida both years they won the national championship. We won 25 games apiece, and we only made the NIT. We were the only team to beat Florida both years. College basketball is strange. Yeah, South Carolina. College basketball is strange. We went 25-9 in the regular season, went to the NIT. Only team to beat Florida. Strange.
Unreal. Unfucking real. But yeah, no, like it's just a crazy time in New York right now that it seems like that both New York teams could potentially walk away with a title this year.
Well, let's not forget about the Yankees. Now, there's more in New York going on other than the Rangers and the Knicks. The Yankees, I told you from the beginning of the season, were my sleeper pick to win it all. And I still want all the smoke with the Braves. I know we got a lot of injuries right now, and we're coming back up, but the Yankees are a dangerous team.
Hey, look, we're still early in the season. It is what it is, you know.
Even like the Mets are doing 500 baseball.
Like I told Big Mac, you know, baseball is a marathon, not a sprint.
Well, I mean, there's a half game separating the Orioles and the Yankees right now. I mean, and you know, we thought the NL West was going to be the best one in baseball, but the NL West is shitty outside the Dodgers.
Really,
they are awful.
Is. Especially with the fact that the fucking Red Sox and Tampa Bay Rays.
Fuck Astros.
I mean,
Astros.
Facts.
Boston looks really, really good. The Red Sox and Tampa Bay's good. And Toronto's good. I mean, the NL East is the best division in baseball, and it's not even close. I mean, the AL East is the best division in baseball, and it's not even close.
Every team in the AL East is has 10 plus wins right now.
17 plus wins. Every team in there has 17 plus wins. Toronto is in last place, and they're 17.
Get the fuck out of here.
Division in baseball, and it's not even close.
Get the fuck. Yeah, basically the AL East is essentially what we thought the NL West was going to be.
Correct. That is correct. They are so fucking good in the AL East, man. I mean,
oh my God. So right now the AL East is essentially the AL East of the fucking late 90s.
Right. Well, I mean, you got
early 2000s, I want to say.
Philadelphia's got the best record in baseball, and they're going to come down. The Braves are going to get healthy. The Dodgers have the second best record in baseball. It's funny because ever since you talk shit about them, they fucking been busting everybody's ass.
I was going to say, look, they really spent $1 billion plus in the off season to be a few games. This was like 2-3 weeks ago. And Big Mac here can back me up on this. It was like the Dodgers really spent $1 billion plus in the off season to sign Shohei Ohtani and Yoshinobu Shohei Ohtani and fuck it.
Yamamoto, whatever.
Exactly. And
is that the dude from Tekken?
There were a few games over 500, like 3 games at best.
Not now. Second best record in baseball.
I mean, all it takes is a little bit of chemistry, but
I mean, like Max said, the cream always rises to the top. And that's a real sentiment. I mean, you were going to see the Braves up there. You're going to see the Dodgers. You're going to see the Yankees. You're going to see the Orioles. And Boston is playing some just scary baseball right now. I do
know one thing. Chris Sale shut out Boston when they took a trip to Atlanta.
Yes. So I was watching ESPN a little bit last night, and the Boston Red Sox, who are 19-18, right, had the toughest record in MLB so far. The toughest, they said. Yeah, by like 20 percentage points. Like just everybody they play is like Atlanta, New York, Baltimore. Everybody they play is really fucking good. They play in the AL East. They have the toughest schedule in baseball by 20 percentage, and they got a winning record. That's a scary team, brother. That's a scary team.
Get the fuck out of here.
I mean, they're not going to win the East, but I mean, they're good, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Wow. Speaking of good teams, though, it kind of seems like the Pittsburgh Pirates' life for me. Because this weekend, the Pirates have their number 1 pick from the draft being Paul Skeens making his MLB debut against the fucking Chicago Cubs of all teams this weekend. And the Skeens was an absolute menace. This dude was playing baseball on fucking rookie mode during his time in the minors. Dude had a .99 ERA, 45 strikeouts to 8 walks over the course of 7 starts and 27 innings. On top of that, the Pirates also had another pitcher who made his debut earlier this season against the Marlins, being Jared Jones, who had a very impressive outing with 10 strikeouts, 2 walks during 5 innings pitched. Right now, the NL Central is what looks like is already stacked as it is. But with Skeens making his debut this weekend, do the Pirates look like they could make a run this year?
No, that's not enough to save the Pirates. The Pirates are fucking trash, man. I mean, like I'm watching them and I'm hopeful. They're going to need more than a pitcher. The Cubs and the Brewers are really fucking good baseball teams. Like I'm watching out there.
The Pirates got 2 good pitchers right now. I mean,
it's not enough.
It starts with pitching.
It's not enough. It's not enough. It's not enough to beat the Cubs and the Brewers for that division. It's not. It's just not.
Yeah.
I mean, the Cubs are that good, and Milwaukee's even better. Like, let's just call it what it is. I love Pittsburgh Pirates, but Barry Bonds ain't there. I mean, they ain't got what it takes to win that division. They just don't.
No, I mean, look, I love it, and like I said, the NL Central looks fucking stacked this year, especially with Skeens making his debut. All it takes is a little bit of a run, and
the Reds are getting beat down. St. Louis is getting beat down. I just don't see it.
I mean, the Reds are unfortunately on an 8-game losing streak right now, and they should be where the Pirates are right now.
Right, and they're getting beat down. And St. Louis is on a 5-game losing streak and was on a 7-game losing streak before that 5-game losing streak. After starting the season 7 games over 500, the cream always rises to the top. I mean, like the talent level always catches up. It's just inevitable. But the Brewers and the Cubs are really fucking good baseball team, and I can't wait to see that. Brewers and Cubs going down the stretch, man. Like it's gonna be like the Yankees.
I was gonna say, like
Atlanta
really
and Philadelphia.
The NL Central, the Cubs and Brewers, they just look so well balanced on both sides that it really could come down to game 163.
It could. And all 3 of those divisions, Yankees, Baltimore, Atlanta, Philadelphia, Milwaukee, and Chicago, like all those could come down to it. Like
I'll agree to that. I will agree to. Oh my God!
Fuck the Dodgers. All right,
fuck the Dodgers, indeed, my guy. Now I know we're in May right now, and you could make an argument that there's a lot of months out there that it's like, oh, hey, this is the best month to watch sports because we got the NHL playoffs, or October is the best month to watch sports.
October by far. Playoff baseball, college football, NFL. As much as I love this time right now, playoff baseball, NFL, and college football, it ain't even close, brother. It ain't even close.
I mean, look, I was going to make an argument because we got baseball season underway. We got college baseball season right now. We even got the fucking college softball playoffs that are going, or conference tournament going on right now.
No doubt. I'm the biggest college baseball fan on this panel right now. Like that, and it ain't even close. But college football, NFL, and playoff baseball, it does not get better. Period.
So, as a betting man, December is my favorite month.
Ooh,
you talking about playoffs?
Really? As a
game, stuff like that.
So, because hear me out.
NBA, hockey, all of them are going on during December. I see what you're saying. All the sports.
So I can bet on my favorite teams and put a whole parlay together instead of having to do an all basketball parlay, a baseball parlay, a basketball and baseball parlay, a football parlay into another football parlay. You know what I mean? Like December, I make more money every year in December, and I know you guys seen it. How many bets did I hit? I mean, I know James knows it. Like, bro, I hit multiple. I think $3,500, $1,400, $1,500, a bunch of fucking $400 or $500 ones.
So
yeah.
So let me submit to you, Micah. All right, so here we are. The Braves versus the Dodgers in the playoffs. The Yankees versus the Orioles in the playoffs. You got Kansas City traveling to fucking Baltimore for a regular season game. You got Alabama and Georgia, South Carolina and fucking Tennessee. All these games at the same time. Ain't no way nothing touches October.
I mean, look, I only see it from the perspective, like, for so long, we really saw players like Kevin Durant, the Golden State Warriors, and even LeBron James in the NBA playoffs. And now we got the Minnesota Timberwolves 2 games away from moving on to the Western Conference Finals, which who could have predicted this?
So let me ask you a question, right? Because who could have been, I'm with you, like I didn't. But so let's just say we get Boston and Minnesota, the matchup we want, right? And let's say we get the Rangers and
no. Give me New York and Minnesota.
Say we get New York, Minnesota. Say we get the Rangers and anybody, right? That's cool. Does any of that match up to the Braves and Yankees World Series?
From the 90s or
I'm talking about right now, Dodgers and Orioles. It is the matchup that you're talking about NHL and NBA better than those in baseball that we're talking about? No.
I want to smoke with Atlanta. I cannot wait for us to play Atlanta.
Doesn't Baltimore play Atlanta this weekend?
No,
I don't think it's this weekend. We play them. We play them, and we should be at. I think we play y'all. Hold on, I'm gonna look it up. I think it's in June we play them. Actually, I'm about to pull it up though. And we got a series with the Yankees too.
Ooh.
We're
doing a rivalry from the 90s.
It wasn't much of a rivalry when we got beat down the whole time, but
Hey, the Braves had a fucking rotation. I don't want to hear it.
So it still didn't change the fact that we got beat down, but we played the Orioles in June. We do. So look, that's what I thought. We played the Yankees in June too, and we play at New York and at Baltimore. So I don't want to hear any of that bullshit when we come into your fucking house and walk out with a series win, because it's at your house.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go to one of the
series win. That ain't fucking happening.
Let's go.
Ain't happening.
Let's go.
Michael Keane, settle your fucking ass down. All right.
Chris Sale and Max Fried is going to walk out of Yankee Stadium with all the little.
Okay, Max Fried. You know who's got some history with Max Fried? Giancarlo Stanton. You know what happened last time that Max Fried went up against Giancarlo Stanton? Max Fried was a part of the Detroit Tigers, and Giancarlo Stanton got a revenge home run for that fucking bullshit hit by pitch that nearly ended Giancarlo Stanton's career.
Well, let's put it this way.
Almost doesn't count.
So 3 years ago, so really 2 years ago, one of our teams on this panel hoisted up the trophy. And it wasn't you, and it wasn't you. I want all the smoke. All of it.
You know what? I'm going to just say this. At least you beat the Dodgers. Speaking of, they really spent $1 billion in the offseason to casually choke in the playoffs in October like they always do.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
We play at Boston, too. So we traveled to the AL East a lot this year.
Hey, go Atlanta. Fuck Boston.
I mean, Atlanta does not give a shit. We'll play anybody, right? It's like the Don't Staley theory. If you want to get better, you have to play the best. And we played the Blue Jays too.
Who cares about them?
I'm just saying, like we are not ducking anybody, right? That's
Marcell Ozuna is doing something in Atlanta right now.
He leads the league in home runs and RBIs.
I don't know what it is, but he's doing something. Acuna doing Acuna things.
I mean, he traded his alcohol for cocaine, and now we're hitting home runs. Whatever you got to do, buddy. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
All right.
There you go, Eddie Guerrero. There you go.
Well, tip-off's happening. The New York Knicks and Pacers are tipping off now.
I mean, I got the Yankees versus Devil Rays. Well, the Tampa Bay Rays are wearing the uniforms when they were, keyword, were the Devil Rays. Oh, God, they got to go back to that.
I bet on the Yankees to win tonight. So,
ooh, okay.
Go Yankees.
Anyways, so speaking of, we're going to stay on the topic of baseball. We're going to do this segment, and then we're going to make some weekend predictions, baby. Another week is in the books, and it's time for another week of Name That Baseball Player. Now, I believe 2 weeks ago, it kind of seemed a little too easy because Mac over here got it easily when when the hints were there because the player was Scott Hatteberg. Anyways, so but we're gonna shake things up a little bit.
So I'll say this: the reason why I know is because I've seen the movie Moneyball like 20 times.
It's such a good movie, and in my opinion, is the best modern day baseball movie right now.
So I was on a three-month tour on the road doing a gig, and that's one that, like, I had 3 DVDs, and Moneyball was one of them. So and at that time, what was it? It was probably like 2013, 2014. So like like nobody had DVDs anymore. Like it's when it started to go obsolete. So and it was like, pay $25.99 for a 7-Eleven DVD, and it was like, do I really want to?
Look, I mean, I will really put Moneyball over the movie Draft Day. Because, like, if I wanted to know what was going on in the offices of NFL teams, I'd just watch ESPN. At least with Moneyball, we actually got to see some of the games being played.
I've never seen either of those movies.
So I will say this: a draft day has become a draft day ritual. Every draft day, as soon as I wake up in the morning, that's the first thing I put on. I'm watching that movie. Okay, I'm sorry. Kevin Costner is awesome. It gives you a inside look from a GM perspective, and I love that.
Kevin Costner's awesome.
I mean, look, I saw Kevin Costner in the movie The Untouchables when I was on deployment in 2020, and my mom was talking about him being a looker. When I saw the movie, I'm like, you know what, Mom? You ain't wrong. The man was a looker back then. My God.
I want to tell you, if you want to talk about Kevin Costner real quick, if you want to know that guy's range, first of all, I grew up in the 80s, so I watched him in all these great movies. But he did a mini-series a few years back called The Hatfields and the McCoys, and it come on the History Channel. Man, that shit was fucking fire, man. Like, he nailed that fucking shit. That was one of the greatest mini-series I've ever seen.
Highwaymen.
Yes, Highwaymen.
Highwaymen on Netflix.
Oh my! Oh,
Golden.
He killed it. He killed it. Who else was in that? Woody Harrelson.
Yes.
Oh my! They killed it. That was like.
Was that the movie they were looking for Bonnie and Clyde?
Yes.
Yeah, that shit was good as fuck, man.
I don't care. I don't care that Bonnie and Clyde weren't featured. It was just 2 men.
It wasn't their story.
Yes.
It was the hunters. And Woody Harrelson was this raging alcoholic.
Oh my God. Like,
great movie.
Watched that with my mother. I'm like, there is no way that this happened. She's like, yes, it did.
That's the way it happened too. They set him up on a back road, and
good.
Kevin Costner is one of the greatest actors to ever live. He needs that recognition.
He's severely underrated too.
Yes, he is.
Oh my God.
And I'll put it to you this way. Like, I would put Kevin Costner and Robert De Niro on the same platform.
Yeah, me too.
Like,
100%.
If you're putting guys on pedestals, like, he's up there with
I agree.
that range. Where he could be a comedian, he could be a doofus, he could be the smartest motherfucker in the room.
He could be a fucking gangster.
Yes. I mean, and Field of Dreams, Robin Hood. I mean, the guy could do everything.
I mean, speaking of Field of Dreams, Ray Liotta in the 90s. Woo! How you doing?
Now, Ray Liotta, he's dead now, right? God rest his soul. But he was a great actor. He really was.
He was.
he was a good fella.
He was.
Yes!
That was a hell of a movie.
Oh, easily. Joe Pesci, Robert De Niro, Ray Liotta. I mean,
I mean, you know, Joe Pesci got what he deserved, and Ray Liotta turned state's evidence and snuck
Yeah.
off to the suburbs.
Yeah,
Listen. I'm
I mean,
sorry. I'm sorry. And I gotta bring it up at the end of Casino. Watching Joe Pesci get beat with a fucking baseball bat and thrown into a hole alive.
and Robert De Niro's character warned him.
Yeah, and it was like so satisfying because it was like, you little shit.
Right.
You little shit.
All you had to do was listen to your buddy. That is it. You could have made a killing. But no.
As soon as he started fucking his wife, that's when it was just like that. That's when you know it was there's one thing you don't do, and you don't do that. And
correct.
No.
Wow.
Abso-freaking-lutely. We're getting a little off topic.
Yeah. So
look, I
just
love
the player.
talking movies. I love talking actors. I love doing a lot of shit with you guys. My God, I love doing what I do on the fucking side with y'all.
It's just gonna get bigger.
Yes, sir. But like I said, it seemed like 3 weeks ago that Scott Hatterberg was a little too easy. So, unlike Taylor Swift, we're gonna shake it up, not shake it off. So, with this former right fielder, when he started his career, he couldn't stay in one place. Throughout the year of 2004, he started his career with the Orioles, and then went to the Rays, Royals, and then finally found a home in Pittsburgh, where he played for the Pirates from 2004 all the way up until 2008. After his time in Pittsburgh, he would go on and play for the Toronto Blue Jays, where he really shined for 9 years. There's 2 key clues that are going to give this player away. We're going to get to them in a bit. He really shined in the 9 years that he played with Toronto.
Batista?
Fuck! It is Joey Bats, Jose Bautista, because he had arguably, if not the greatest bat flip in baseball playoffs history.
See, I was thinking Batista too, because that's when Javi Lopez left the Braves and went to the Orioles, and they had a fucking squad. They really did.
Oh yeah, I mean, look, in 2015,
the Orioles hit did not help me at all. As soon as he said the Blue Jays, I was like, hold on. There was only one dude on the Blue Jays that I ever can remember, and that's Bautista. Yeah. Like, how can you forget him?
This man was public enemy number 1.
What about Joe Carter? A little before your time.
Rangers had arguably, if not the most iconic bat flip in playoffs history. And look, if I'm being honest, the 2015 Blue Jays were the best team that didn't win the World Series that year. Obviously, because they ran into the Kansas City Royals, who played Moneyball, and things worked out for them. And then the next year, oh God, got into a fight with Rougned Odor, and Rougned was like, "Bitch."
Man, he took a sidestep and got a square punch on him. It's not always the biggest guy in the fight. Like, so he just thought, I'm this big dude, I'm about to go out there. But this other dude's like, you ain't fitting to hit me like that. Woo, pop him.
Yeah, no. Rougned Odor was like, try and swing at me. I'm going to swing even harder. I may be little, but I pack a punch.
It's baseball, emotions run high. Like when Robin Ventura decided he was going to rush the mound and get 6 hits in the head from Nolan Ryan. I bet he regrets that decision.
I was going to say, I don't think that's what he wanted.
That's not what he wanted. No, but he got it, is what happened. Like, he wanted the smoke and he got it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But you know, if Nolan Ryan's fat ass is throwing 105-mile-an-hour fastball at me too, I'm gonna be like,
somehow, some way.
Right. So I'm gonna get you. I mean, like, you know, you're not gonna sit there and throw 105-mile-an-hour fastballs at me. It's just not gonna happen.
I mean, the dude took a line drive from Bo Jackson, got bloodied up, and still somehow pitched, what was it, like 2-3 innings?
Yep. Like, toughest guy ever to play baseball, Nolan Ryan.
Mm-hmm. And then arguably one of the most tactical pitchers that I could really say in baseball. He pitched for the Atlanta Braves, Greg Maddux.
So
that man was about as tactical as they came.
As much as I love Greg Maddux, and I do, if I'm starting a franchise, I'm starting with Nolan Ryan, prime Nolan Ryan.
Really?
One, I want to sell tickets, right? Two, he lost 126 games by 1 run, and it's a different era now. Like, we're going to score runs. Nolan Ryan is that guy. You know, I don't know. I'm starting with Nolan Ryan. Greg Maddux was great, but he was quiet. Nolan Ryan was taking line drives off the face, drinking his own blood, still throwing the ball. Like,
probably drinking beers in the dugout.
Right. I mean, Nolan Ryan was that dude, right? No doubt about that.
I mean, maybe I'm just going off of like being tactical and methodical. But look, I mean, Nolan Ryan was clearly him. But at the same time, it's like I'm looking at it thinking, you know what? Strikeouts are something that do draw a crowd.
You know what? Something that I saw, I'm going to bring this up and I'll let you go. Something that I saw as a kid. So Nolan Ryan was doing a rehab assignment in the minor leagues, right? So in Greenville, South Carolina, which is where I grew up, the Greenville Braves was a big team. Like, it was a big deal, right? Okay. So I actually got to watch John Smoltz versus Nolan Ryan in Greenville. David Justice, Ron Gant, Mark Lemke, and Jeff Blauser were all on the Braves team. John Smoltz versus Nolan Ryan in the minor leagues.
Didn't John Smoltz pitch for the Braves too?
Yeah. I mean, he was the Greenville Braves pitcher. Yeah, man, that shit. And at the time, you don't realize what you're seeing. Like, we went because Nolan Ryan was there. My dad's like, we're gonna go watch Nolan Ryan. But like, we didn't know who John Smoltz and Ron Gant and David Justice and all these people were. Like, we didn't understand what we were watching, right?
Yes.
And now that I'm older, I'm like, man, like in Greenville, this small ass little podunk town, I watched Nolan Ryan versus John Smoltz. That's what makes baseball great.
Couldn't fucking agree more. There are just so many things that make baseball great. I mean, we got Paul Skeens making his MLB debut. Jared Jones, who, well, I mean, let's be honest, the fucking Marlins suck this year.
Granted, I told you so. Sorry.
I mean, look, Jared Jones had one hell of an outing, pitching 5 innings, 10 strikeouts to 2 walks. Are you kidding me?
So I want to see him do that against the Orioles, the Yankees, the Braves, and the Phillies. And until he does that, I'm not impressed. A lot of people had good minor league ERAs until they met some, real players.
I mean, hell, I want to see Paul Skeens do that against, the Atlanta Braves, LA Dodgers, Yankees, Orioles, hell, the fucking Rays for all I care.
I mean, the Rays are a decent baseball team. But they can be shut out. Like, they're hot and cold, and that's the Rays' problem right now. The Orioles and the Yankees are not hot and cold; they're just hot. So I want to see them do it against a team that's clicking on all cylinders.
No, I mean, the Orioles are pumping out a factory of like left-handed and right-handed hitters, and they're getting the key wins. And my fucking God, they're goddamn bullpen. When does Felix Bautista return?
I don't know, man.
Not soon enough, but when he does, it's only going to make things easier.
Hey, did y'all sign Craig Kimbrell? Was it the Orioles?
Yeah.
I mean, one of the greatest closers in baseball history. Also there. I mean, the Orioles have what it takes. I mean,
They do.
Yeah.
Didn't
No, I mean,
Kimbrel serve his time in Atlanta as well?
yeah, he started in Atlanta. Like I think his first
Mhm.
4 years he was in Atlanta, then he went. I think you should re-sign Chris Davis to another $150 million contract. I think that's what Baltimore should do.
Man, when I was in high school, Chris Davis, aka Crush Davis, went to Hemothy University because he was him at the time.
And until pitchers discovered they could throw him a slider and he couldn't hit it.
Yes. Unfortunately, that is the case.
Hey, look, hitting the slider's hard. I can't do it. I mean, not good. So, but you know,
I'm pretty sure
get
Chris Sale can throw a fucking slider.
Oh yeah, Chris Sale's the
Woo.
yeah, man, he's
Just
amazing.
ask the Dodgers when he was a part of the Red Sox.
Oh yeah, they'll never forget that.
Woo! Woo! Oh man! All right, so we got some. Speaking of Paul Skeens making his MLB debut this weekend, we are gonna make some MLB predictions for Saturday. I mean, they're
Let's
going to carry over into Sunday, but, you know, hey, it is what it is. Baseball is a marathon, not a sprint.
Well,
so,
you know, we'll just we'll pick a series. Like you do the teams, they play all weekend. We'll pick who's going to win the series.
All right, too easy. All right, so first game up on Saturday, we got the Minnesota Twins taking on the Toronto Blue Jays.
So Toronto is at home, right? So and
Yes.
Toronto has been almost unbeatable at home, but the Twins are one of the hottest teams in baseball. You know, give me a 2-1 split either way. I'll say the Twins take it 2-1.
Yeah, I could agree to that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go opposite. I'm gonna go with Guerrero and the boys.
Ooh, going with the Blue Jays. I love it. Now, Big Mac, I know you're going to love this. I know Arizona beat them, what was it, Thursday? I think the Diamondbacks beat the Orioles. Are the Diamondbacks and Orioles doing like a 4-game series?
No, Diamondbacks beat the Reds Thursday. They played
That's
the Reds.
it. Thank you. What is it? So we got Arizona versus Baltimore going on right now, but at 2:05 Mountain Time, 4:05 Eastern Time, the Arizona Diamondbacks are going into Baltimore to take on the Orioles.
In this 3-game set, the Diamondbacks have a losing record, but they tend to sneak one every once in a while. I'm gonna take the Orioles.
Arizona's been on a little bit of a hot streak right now too.
I'm going Baltimore 2-1.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna win the series. If it's 3 games, then we're gonna win 2.
I think so too.
That's literally our goal every single series. Let's just win the series.
Too.
We're not worried about winning every game. We're worried about, listen, win this game, win the next game.
Right?
Yes. And then go from there. Win this game, win the next game, go from there.
The goal is to beat the Yankees. But yeah, I would honestly have to go with Baltimore. Like they just, oh God, their roster is just so young. It's like the New York Knicks. They're so exciting to watch.
Yep.
Anyways, so next game up, we got Paul Skeens making his debut against the Chicago Cubs as the Cubs go into Pittsburgh.
The Cubs go into Pittsburgh. The Cubs are just top to bottom a better team than Pittsburgh. If Skeens does seem to get one out, but I got Cubs for the sweep.
Oh, okay.
I got Cubs 2-1.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I got the Cubs 2-1.
Probably one of them, but it also depends on who's pitching because what is it, Asadi or Asay, whatever his name is, he's pitching tonight.
I actually got it right here in front of me.
I mean, like Skeens is pitching against Still, who has a .96 ERA. Like I ain't fucking cashing that in yet. .96 ERA is fucking balling. Give me Chicago for the fucking sweep. For the sweep.
I don't know. I think Saturday Pittsburgh does get the win with Schemes making with having a good debut. But yeah, I will agree that the Chicago Cubs do get a 2-1 series win over Pittsburgh. Anyways, so we got a game on FS1. Oh my God, this is gonna be a good one. We got Atlanta going into Citi Field to take on the Mets. What is it?
We own them. Give me the broom.
I'll fucking agree to a sweep.
Give me the broom.
A sweep any day of the week.
Mets are trash.
They might sneak one. They might sneak one depending on who's your pitching rotation.
So
I mean Atlanta owns them.
So for Saturday we got Max Fried versus Christian Scott. We got right now we got Charlie Morton versus Jose Quintana.
Uncle Charlie. And then we got Bryce Elder going on Sunday. Yeah, give me the sweep.
Fair enough. And they got the offense to back that shit up.
They do. Albies is back. Sean Murphy's is going to be making his return since game 1. Yeah, I'm taking the Braves in a sweep.
Honestly, look, I'm going to just say this. For the Atlanta Braves, just ever since the meme came out with Ronald Acuna Jr. and Ozzy Albies in the dugout, and Albies is just like kind of caressing Ronald Acuna. Like, they've been so much fun, you know?
I mean, they're always fun. Acuna only has 1 home run this year. Y'all know that, right?
What?
Yep. But he also has 3 times as many walks as he's used to having as well. He's just, they're not pitching to him. And who can blame him? I mean, the reigning NL MVP, fuck that guy. Ball, ball, take your base, bitch. You ain't knocking it out of the park on me. They did it to Barry Bonds.
So I can tell you in April, he was one of the most players that people consistently bet on to hit a home run in a game.
I mean, look, I'm gonna just say this.
We know they lost their money.
Oh yeah, big time. I mean, hell, if you don't get a pitch to hit, you ain't gonna hit one.
Look, I'm gonna just say this. Since Ken Griffey Jr., I have not seen a smoother swing until Ronald Acuna Jr. came into the league.
You know who else has a pretty swing, and he never gets talked about? Matt Olson for the Braves. I mean, have you ever watched his swing? He will hit the ball 500 feet, and it looks like he's just, he's so big, so it's just like, it doesn't look like it, kind of like Griffey did. But Acuna's fun because he looks like he's swinging for the fence. He's out there, his muscles are bulging, that's why he's fun to watch.
Look, I'll just say this. How is Travis d'Arnaud doing after the catastrophe from that Nationals player that pitched to him?
Thank you.
Well, I mean, like he hit 4 home runs in 3 games, and he ain't done shit since. So I'm ready for Sean Murphy to come back.
Look, that was one of the best unserious moments in baseball that I have seen in my entire life. The Washington Nationals had, who was it? It was like an outfielder, and he was pitching to Travis d'Arnaud. Dude threw a 50-mile-an-hour ball to d'Arnaud, and d'Arnaud looked like just fell off.
Yes, I remember that. He hit him, and he's like,
oh. It's one of those moments that you just have to enjoy, you know? It's baseball is fun. That was baseball at its finest, if being real. So right now, I got this game on. We got the New York Yankees taking on the Tampa Bay Rays. They will be playing each other this Saturday with Nestor Cortez versus Zach Liddell.
The Rays are 19-19, and they're at home, but I got the Yankees 2-1 at least, maybe even a sweep.
Fair enough.
I'm on the same boat. Let's keep paddling.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll agree to that. I mean, ever since the Yankees got Juan Soto, something's been going on, and the record speaks for itself.
Yes. Yes.
We've got a bunch of hitters that are feeling hitterish.
Yes, they are.
Plus, on top of that, they got some more left-handed hitters to confuse the pitchers. Anyways, so we got this is more than likely gonna be a no-brainer, but we got Philadelphia going into Miami.
So I'm with y'all. I think Philly should get the sweep, but what's even more so is there's no line on these games, and I don't know why. They're waiting, but like honestly, with the Phillies versus the Marlins, like one of us could go out there and pitch for Philadelphia and probably still get the win. So I don't
know about all that, but okay, it sounds good. It sounds good.
All right, 20-year-old Andrew could go out there and get the win. I was pretty good at pitching. 43-year-old Andrew is going to throw his arm out in the second inning and have to be carried off. But
this is one of two games right now where ESPN Bet does not have like a over under or like a line going. It's crazy.
Philly gets the sweep.
I'll say this though, like it'll take at least one full rotation of the batting to get down our 50-mile-an-hour pitch.
Yeah,
okay?
well.
Because they go, where the fuck is that motherfucker gonna come over to play? Like,
I see no lies detected.
What was that one pitcher's name? Dude, he pitched for like 40 fucking years. Well, like 30 years. And he had the slowest fastball ever.
You talking about the knuckleballer, Phil Niekro?
Was that his name?
Rizzo.
Dude, he had Tommy John surgery at like 40 some years old and came back and pitched at 49.
I was gonna say, I don't know why.
That's Phil Niekro. Yeah. He's an old. Yeah, it was Phil Niekro. He pitched until he threw the knuckleball. He was the knuckleballer.
But 76-mile-an-hour fastball.
Yeah. My fastball was.
It's got to be Tim Wakefield.
My fastball was 85 in my heyday, so I had a pretty good fastball and a changeup, but I mean, like I feel Nico. David Wells also played like until he was ancient too. But he had a pretty fast fastball, so that ain't the guy we're talking about there.
No.
Anyways, so next game up. We got the sneaky Washington Nationals. Man, if you told me that Washington was going to be in the area of 500 this year, I would have said you're fucking crazy.
Hey, 10 games against the Marlins already will do that for you. Give me Boston 2-1.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, look, they haven't a well put together offense. I ain't even gonna lie.
Boston,
their prospects really showed out in spring training.
They ain't winning the East. I mean, it's irrelevant.
No. This year for Washington is definitely like a step forward in the right direction.
Yeah, no doubt. It's a step forward, but they're not beating the Phillies or Braves. I got Boston 2-1. I think the Nationals are good enough to win one. I do. But Boston wins the series. And it's at Fenway too, If
they don't, it's a travesty.
It is. Agreed.
I mean,
don't get me wrong. I believe
part of me wants to say like Boston does get like the series win over Washington, but another part of me is like, you know what? Maybe Washington does surprise the Red Sox. That's just me being biased, being a Yankees fan. I'm just saying.
Baseball.
Washington has two decent pitchers.
Yeah, Strasburg don't play there anymore.
Anyways. So next game up, we got Houston off to arguably their worst start imaginable. and they've been to 7 straight ALCSs and a World Series or 2.
So
Not
here's
this year.
So I disagree. The cream always rises to the top, and Houston is still good. And Detroit was one of my picks from the beginning of the year. If y'all remember, I said Detroit's going to be good. I think Houston wins this series 2-1 in Detroit.
Okay. Yeah. Big Mac, what you got to say about that?
Give me Detroit. Give me Detroit winning the series.
Yeah, I'll hop on the 3-1-3 train.
We'll revisit this Thursday. Well, no, I won't be here. We'll revisit this next Friday.
All right, too easy. So we are going to actually, speaking of Detroit, we're going to stay in the AL Central as the Cleveland Indians. I'm calling them the Cleveland Indians because when you're a true fan of the sport, nothing changes.
Give me the Indians, Guardians, whatever you want to call them for the sweep. The White Sox are trash. They're going to be trash. They're a heavy underdog at home. Guardians.
Yeah,
Indians,
the White Sox just fucking suck.
Until they play us.
Well.
Anyways, so next game up, we got the Cincinnati Reds. We're staying in the Central, but we're going to go to the NL. We got the Cincinnati Reds going into San Francisco to take on the Giants.
So nobody has been more disappointing for me than the San Francisco Giants. They are just not good. I know Cincinnati's had a rough go at it, but I think Cincinnati wins this series. I'm not at all impressed with anything that San Francisco's doing right now.
No, I agree. I mean, I think Cincinnati gets a series win over the San Francisco Giants. Ellie De La Cruz leading the way. He is so much fun to watch.
He is. He is. I think the Reds are a better team.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the Giants.
Ooh, okay.
Giants.
So the over-under for the Reds versus Giants is 7.5.
I mean, the Giants are huge underdogs at their own house for a reason. They're not doing anything well right now. I will take the Reds.
All right, too easy. So the second game up, where there is no line or even an over-under for that matter, we got St. Louis going into Milwaukee to take on the Brewers.
St. Louis, they started out hot, and then they are the worst team in base. Without that hot start, they're even worse than the Rockies right now. And the Brewers are special. The Brewers fixing to sweep this, and it's at home.
They should sweep.
They'll win
the series.
They'll definitely win the series, right?
I don't know. I think St. Louis might be sneaky and get a win.
Yeah, are they going to win the series?
No, they're definitely not going to win.
I didn't know if you had some cocaine over there or something that was in your judgment. Because I don't know.
I may have some ayahuasca that A-Rod lended to me, but look, Milwaukee's winning the series 2-1.
Yes.
At best. Anyways, so next game up, we got the reigning, defending, undisputed World Series champions who are off to a struggling start right now. I think they're at 500, if I'm not mistaken.
No, man. They're 22-17, and they're 7-3 in their last 10. They're one of the hottest teams in baseball, and they're fixing to beat them down.
Okay, Texas gets the sweep over Colorado.
Yes. My little league team.
Where are they playing? In Colorado, right?
Yes. It doesn't matter.
Give me Colorado. Colorado's going to take one game. Colorado's going to take one game.
Okay. I mean, listen, look, what was it? It was like 2 weeks ago. Along with the Dodgers, the Texas Rangers were struggling.
Man, ain't no fucking way the Rockies going to win a game against the Rangers. I mean, the Rangers are the hottest team in baseball based on the last 15 games. It's baseball. Don't get me wrong. So anybody can get a win anytime, but Texas is hot right now. And Colorado is not. They ain't even made it to 10 wins yet. Worst record in baseball.
Speaking of hot teams, we got a battle of SoCal, baby. The LA Dodgers are going into San Diego.
Dodgers are so fucking good right now, and San Diego is also disappointed. And 2-1 at least, if not a sweep for the Dodgers. I know you hate the Dodgers, but man, they hot right now.
They really are. I'm not trying to say like, hey, fuck the Dodgers. I hate them and everything like that. But I think San Diego has a surprise series against them.
I don't. I mean, like, I'm not. I mean, everybody has their own opinion. I mean, it's not like San Diego is not capable of winning some games. They are, but goddamn, the Dodgers just Dodgers beat the Braves down. I mean, and the Braves are a great team. I watched it happen, and San Diego is not better than Atlanta. They're just not. Give me the Dodgers.
No, I'll agree to that. Yeah. Anything's possible when it comes to sports, though.
Yeah, definitely. Not arguing that.
Yeah, but there's reaching, and then there's reaching.
And Dodgers are good, man. They real good.
They really are. Big Mac, what you think about this series?
I mean, Padres might get one. Might.
All right.
I mean, like, one of the games might be a toss-up, but I believe two of the games are going to be – it's going to be smoke.
Yeah, beatdowns.
All right. So we got the next two games up. It is a battle in the AL – or never mind. So we got Kansas City going into Anaheim to take on the Angels. And Kansas City has been surprisingly good.
So good calling that at the beginning of the year when you said Kansas City would be good. I did not agree with that statement. However, I have been wrong before and I'm wrong now. Kansas City is a good baseball team and the Angels are not. Matt Trout is your X factor. The Angels get one. I mean, give me the Royals for 2-1.
Yeah, I was going to say, plus I saw Anthony Rendon is on the 60-day IL. This dude is literally getting paid millions to be fucking injured.
I am waiting for this next game because I have something I wanted to bring up on villains last night, but we got sidetracked on all the other stuff. And but yeah, we do that. But go ahead and do the last game because I'm going to make a comparison here.
All right, so last game of the weekend. I don't know how it's possible. I don't know how the fuck they're doing it, but the Oakland A's are just like, hey, you know what? It's our last year in fucking Oakland until we go to Sacramento for 3 years, so we're just gonna ball the fuck out. What? Nah.
So have you ever seen the movie Major League?
Yes.
So you seen it, Matt? Major League, one of the greatest baseball movies of all time, right? Yeah. So that's what this year's Oakland A's are. They went there. They told them, you fucking suck. Everybody wants you to lose so we can move the team, just like in the movie. Like, nobody cares about you. And they come out and they're like, I'm just going to give these teams a big burger to eat. Right.
You make my heart sing.
We are watching.
They're 2.5 games out of fucking first right now and have one of the best closers in the league.
And you know what? And I will give it to you, James, because, sir, what did you say at the beginning of the year? Well, the A's could be sneaky because they got that one good guy, and they got a few other guys that's got really good bats. So if there's anybody I'm going to give credit to, because the only reason I've ever bet on him is Stripling and fucking Blackwell, and then all of a sudden these bats started exploding. And I was like, maybe I shouldn't bet against them.
The last 2 years, they sucked horseshit.
I'm telling you that is the Cleveland Indians from the movie Major League, and they found something, and they're gonna sweep the Mariners. Give me the A's for the sweep and to get to 500.
Okay, you know what? Like, I even told my buddy who's a diehard Oakland fan, and he has witnessed the Raiders leaving Oakland to go to Las Vegas. He witnessed the Warriors leaving Oakland to go to the Bay Area to become the Golden State Warriors.
So I witnessed the Raiders leaving Oakland twice. I watched them go to LA, come back, and then go to Las Vegas.
I mean, look, I was like, oh, yeah, so it's all fun and games when Oakland sucks for the last 2 years, but it's their last year in Oakland, and they're just like, you know what? We're going to ball out, and we're just going to be 1 or 2 games above 500. What?
Well, I mean, they're 3 games below 500 now, but they're a good team. Like
they're a sneaky team is what they are.
Yeah,
they're like the Washington fucking Nationals right now.
Could they win the wild card? Maybe. They're not going to win the division, but I think they will overtake the Mariners in time, and who the hell knows, man? I mean, they're not going to win the World Series or nothing, but if they make the playoffs, man, like that's all I got to say. If they put it together after everybody telling them we don't give a fuck about you, fans aren't showing up, we're moving your fucking team to Sacramento and 10,000 seat stadium because, you know, we don't give a fuck about you. And they're like, you know what? No, you're not going to talk to me that way. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to do what I get paid to do. And I'm loving it, man. I'm an Oakland fan right now.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm loving it too. And hey, even Brad Pitt said it best in the movie Moneyball. How can you not be romantic when it comes to sports or even baseball for that matter?
I agree. Baseball is, you know, you hear all the time that football is a ballet, right? It is, but baseball is a science ballet. The pitcher versus the batter. The people playing the field
is a game of fucking inches.
It is. You think about the outfielders, how close a drop ball changes a series, not just a game. A series. Baseball is beautiful. The most beautiful sport out. As much as I love football, baseball is the best sport.
Couldn't agree more. I mean, look, since 2010, I want to say, the teams that we have seen win the World Series is just unprecedented.
I love it. I love
it too. Oh my God. I mean, yes, in 2009, the Yankees did reclaim the throne. But in 2010, we saw the Giants win. In 2011, we saw the Cardinals regain the throne. 2012, the Giants reclaimed the throne again. Oh my God.
Look, the Cardinals with Albert Pujols and JD Drew was a bad team, but it was a steroid laden team as well. I'm not taking it away from them. That was a fun team to watch. Because JD Drew came to Atlanta in his later years and decided to get off the steroids. Good for him. But you know, we have
for
seen
me, when baseball started becoming good, it was around 2015. Just because we work with me. It was because that the Royals went on the Moneyball route and they dominated the league so good that 3/4 of their team were on the All-Star team, for Christ's sake.
I mean, like every Atlanta player was on the All-Star team last year, I think, like all but one. But I'm not at the Royals were good. Like baseball got fun for me in 1984 when I first started watching it because my grandma, both my grandmas loved the Atlanta Braves. My dad, my mom, come on every night. It was a ritual. Like it was so important. Like when it came on 705 TBS, right? That the only reason we had cable and like, you know, we would sit down with the family, whether it was grandma at grandma's house or mom and dad, like the Braves were on TV and it became that important. And we sucked in the 80s. My God, we sucked, but it was fun. And, you know, I never thought we'd win a World Series. Like we were winning like 35 games a year in the 80s, but I was still loving them. Baseball is beautiful. I'm
just say this. We all bear witness to the greatest World Series win of all time, and that was the Chicago Cubs winning in 2016.
I mean, that for you, it was the greatest World Series of all time. I mean, you're a Cubs fan. I get it, right? Like, I don't think it was the greatest World Series of all time.
I mean, look, 108 years, and they came back from a 3-1 deficit.
So I'm going to tell you the greatest World Series of all time, and it took me fucking 25 years to get into this because my team come out on the losing end of it. But the Braves and Blue Jays in '92 when Joe Carter hit that home run in Game 7 to beat the Braves is, I mean, it came down to the end. And to me,
one of the most iconic home runs.
I cried. I was 10, 11 years. I was crying like, oh my fucking God, how could we lose this, right? We were so bad and we're so good. But now 25 years later, when I can look back on it without the emotion, man, that was a bad fucking World Series. You had Maddox, Smokes, Glavine, just you know, and we're losing games 2-1, and I'm like, please, somebody get a hit, please. And, you know,
that is the beauty of the baseball playoffs, though.
Best World Series I ever saw personally, even though we came out on the wrong side.
Over 2021?
I mean, we won it. I didn't say it was my favorite. I said it was the best World Series I ever saw. Like that's how it went down. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like World Series, man. That 95.
14 years with the team and finally captures the greatest prize in baseball.
I'm gonna tell you right now, and I hate to utter these words, but if you're talking about the greatest World Series run, I'm giving it to Boston. When they
came back from 3-0?
Yeah, bro, David.
We're not gonna talk about that.
Are you fucking kidding me? Are you, bro? Come on, let's be honest here, bro. That you, especially to this point now. Okay,
it's never been done before.
Fever Pitch is still one of my favorite fucking movies because of that. And I hate Boston. I fucking hate Boston. I was at the time it happened. Like my Uncle Jimmy lived with me. Rest in peace. Like he was the biggest Orioles fan I had ever met. Okay, he had the little baseball bats. He had the bucket hats. He had everything. He had the posters, little fan fucking flags. He every fucking thing. All kinds of little figures and shit like that. So to grow with him and we fucking hate it. Oh, you motherfucker. And it's I'll never forget it. I'll never forget it because we thought it was over. Everybody thought it was over.
Yeah.
And the hits kept coming, baby.
Well, why that is number 2 for me as far as the best playoff World Series run. As much as I hate it because I can't stand the fucking Mets, man. 1986, right? And y'all weren't born yet. I get it. I was 5.
I know. I've seen the documentary.
I mean, that was a fucking because they weren't supposed to be there, and they just kept fucking cut like that. That was a team of destiny. If you've ever heard that term before, that was a for real team of destiny. Like Gary Carter was not going to be denied. Right.
That was like the Saints after Katrina.
Right.
That's what basically fueled that.
But it just as much as I hate it, that was a hell of a run. And it's just one of those times where everything clicked at the right time, and they just defied odds over and over and over and over and over. I was like, Jesus Christ, somebody beat them, because I hate the Mets, but they didn't. Gary Carter was a force in those games.
I mean, even the players that they had on that team was insane.
Yeah,
Darryl Strawberry for that banner.
A young Darryl Strawberry.
Yeah.
A young Dwight Gooden.
Yeah.
Gooden was the motherfucking man. If
he was.
Stayed away from that.
Yeah, no, he Darryl Strawberry and Dwight Gooden. You got to think though, they were young, they were rich, they were popular. The women loved them. They had money and the cocaine, and they couldn't help themselves. Like it was just too much fun for them. On top of
that, we saw one of the most controversial and iconic plays in World Series history.
Yes. So not only was it one, but in that same year, Gary Carter destroyed a bird. Did y'all remember seeing that he hit the ball? He was at bat and he hit the bird and the bird exploded like when Randy Johnson did it, but he hit it with the bat.
I was going to say, I remember Randy Johnson exploding a bird.
But this was a bald eagle. and he actually got charged in New York for and then the charges got dropped later, but they charged him because it's a federal offense to kill a bald eagle. And they initially charged him, and then cooler heads prevailed. Were like, this guy wasn't out there with a shotgun aiming at him. Like, he swung a baseball bat.
It was a freak accident.
But they charged him. Like, this was a real thing. It was all over ESPN. They charged him with a crime, and he was like, I don't understand. This wasn't intentional. Oh, yeah. True story.
Fucking crazy.
New York's crazy, man.
Yeah, that it is. I mean, look. There was one video I saw on TikTok where a Brooklyn Nets fan was like, oh, yeah, Knicks fans are the worst fans in the NBA. My guy, you had Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving for 3 years, and then James Harden included in that. I mean, y'all still didn't win a championship, for fuck's sake.
Knicks fans aren't the worst fans in the NBA. Lakers fans are the worst fans in the NBA. These motherfuckers, no. Like, the Knicks ain't got nothing on Lakers fans, no.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's like, look, the last time that the Knicks actually saw when their team had a fighting chance of winning an NBA championship, we got to go all the way back to 2013 when they had Carmelo Anthony leading the way.
Yes. They had a pretty good run, but yeah, the Knicks aren't winning it. Like, I love that you're the passion for them. I mean, if they do, they do, right? But I don't see it happening.
I'll say this: if Mitchell didn't go down, maybe. If Randall didn't go down, maybe we're really talking about something. But the loss of those two big men are what made you possibly a Final Four team. Possibly getting into the Eastern Conference Finals, but
I'll agree
I don't think like I said, like Boston. If Boston does not shoot the three and go back to doing what they do well, Cleveland's gonna beat them.
Yeah.
So let's not act like Cleveland's a bad team either. I mean, Cleveland's going to take advantage of everything you give them. Just like Max said, you've got to play your game to beat them. They didn't win all these games during the year because they're a bad team.
Yeah, but see, this is the problem with Cleveland. I know what Mitchell's going to give me. I have no fucking clue what anybody else on that team is going to get you besides Mobley getting fucking rebounds. I mean, Mobley can show up, and bro, I've seen too many games where he scored 4 points, 4-point game, 4-point game, 4-point game, and then 22-point game.
Right.
And then an 8-point game, then a 4-point game, then an 8-point game, then a 16-point game. And it's like, bro, consistency is key. And when you're not consistent, that's why, some of us fans overlook certain teams, because it's like, yes, they're good, but are they great? Are they going to get to the finals? Fuck that. Are they going to win the finals?
Yeah. I mean, look, here's the one thing, to quote Peter Griffin, that grinds my gears. Look, I get it. The Boston Celtics hung up the best record in the NBA, going 64-18. They lose to the Cleveland Cavaliers, and Jason Tatum is like, "Oh yeah, well, I'm gonna just be." Anyways, I'm gonna just be nonchalant. I get it. People are thinking that we're supposed to beat teams by 25 plus points. This, that, the other. My guy. You hung up the best record in NBA. Of course we're expecting that from you. You wear the Boston Celtics like it's like wearing the New York Yankees when you're playing baseball.
I mean, and I get what you're saying, but how many championship teams have we seen win every single series 4-3? It happens, Should Boston win this series 4-2, 4-1? They should. They really should. I'm not going to take that from you. You're right. But it does not look like it's going to go down that way. Not right now, it don't. Because Cleveland put a beat down on them.
I mean, look, the only thing I'm going to say is when did the Sixers with AI make the final? What was it, like 2000, 2001? I
think it was 01.
Yeah. If AI did not hit the shot and step over Tyronn Lue, the Lakers would have been the only team in NBA history to win the NBA championship, sweeping every team that they played en route to said championship.
I feel for AI because how many people can name another player on that team?
Eric Snow, Dikembe Mutombo, but that's about all I got.
I knew Eric Snow. I knew Eric Snow and Dikembe Mutombo. I couldn't name anybody else.
So
Exactly.
Mutombo versus Shaq, who you got?
Oh, Shaq all day.
I mean, Kobe. It was an unfair matchup, is what it was.
Yes.
And AI, I'm sad for AI never winning a title. He's another one, even way more so than Carmelo Anthony. I just don't have any sympathy for him. Like, fuck that guy. But I loved AI. I did.
No, I completely agree. I mean, AI is definitely one of those guys that.
And what about his statue? Like, what the fuck was that, man? Like, how you gonna
disrespect that man like that?
So they showed the rest of the trophies. All of them are miniature trophy. I mean, all of them are extra large trophy sizes. Okay.
No, fuck that. AI's trophy or statue outside of Philadelphia is the equivalency of Sean Taylor's memorial.
So hold on. They couldn't make his bigger than Dr. J's. Okay. They had to make them all the same size. And at first, no, I completely agree. Because, like, how the fuck are you going to build this little ass statue? But I get it. Because the rest of them.
I don't get it. You got a fictitious boxer with a big ass fucking statue up in Philadelphia, and then you gonna fucking mini me AI? No, bro. Rocky Balboa wasn't real. He wasn't real. Good.
I know AI was not real. But my God, you're gonna make a statue for him that's even smaller.
But Rocky brings in the tourist dollars, baby.
I don't give a fuck. AI was real. He brought in the tourist dollars for real. I'm just saying. Like, Rocky Balboa statue like 12 foot tall. A fake guy from a movie. Yay, I beat a bunch of fake people. AI was like, man, we're going to give you about 3 feet. I need you to act like it's really good.
We're going to give you the equivalency of the fucking Heisman Trophy.
I don't know. It looked like Spud Webb out there, but, I keep it to myself.
I couldn't agree more. That statue was like, what the fuck, Philadelphia? This dude got you to the fucking finals. And this is what you got to present for it?
I can't wait for Embiid's statue. It'll be 3'2" because it's got to be a little taller than AI. Anyway.
Oh, my God. All right. Gentlemen, I want to thank you for coming on to the show. As always, it is a pleasure. I love having you guys come on here, and I love doing the 3 things on this show. Talking shit, talking sports, and talking shit about sports.
Yes. Thank you for having me. And go ahead and tell about your debut next week before I go, because it's about dinner time.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So next Thursday, No Mercy Sports will be making our debut on the College Football Dogs Network. Oh, my God. At 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. Mountain Time, 5 p.m. Midwestern Time, and 3 p.m. West Coast Pacific Time. You're not going to want to miss it. It's going to be one for the ages, baby.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to have some trivia and stuff for it.
Love it.
They will be taking over Villains.
Yes, sir. Villains is about to get a dose of No Mercy, baby.
Enjoy it.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming on, guys. I hope y'all enjoy your weekend and have some fun.
Thanks, man.
Peace.
Peace. All right, so we got Friday Night SmackDown that's going on right now. I'm about to go out there and enjoy one of my favorite modern-day wrestlers. He is the megastar, and at the end of the show, you will know whose game it is with everybody saying L.A. Knight. I'm going to go enjoy my Friday night, and I'm going to enjoy my weekend as well. I hope y'all enjoy your weekend as well. Know your limits. Have some fun. If by some weird chance you end up in jail, be sure to establish dominance quickly. That's all I got to say about that. I will see y'all next Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Peace out.